So let's take it back to young Weiner, a guy who is honestly addicted to a lot of things. Chocolate, food, generally going and getting out and doing hedonistic activities that weren't necessarily good for his future. Now, I knew what I wanted to achieve, but all of these addictions that were surrounding me never really allowed me to go down the path and actually do what I wanted to do. I wanted to have this type of body that I wanted to get, and I wanted to have like a certain type of lifestyle. But for example, the foods that I ate and the activities that I was addicted to, like playing video games or watching the news and talking about politics, would always intervene with that, because it meant that I could never really do other social activities, or I could never really lean down enough to get a physique that I'd be happy with. And that kind of comes into why it's important to detract from your addictions, because it means that you're not in control of yourself. Like, how do you expect to achieve your dreams when it's not even you in the driver's seat of your own actions? Like, it's a fundamental force that would be driving you towards what you want to achieve is yourself. And when you're not in control, when it's just your brain with its chemicals telling you, oh, this makes you feel good and this makes you feel bad, and that's all your basis is off of, you can never really do anything that's, long-term gratifying or sort of good for your your personal perception of yourself, or sort of helping you towards the future that you want to achieve. So yeah, it's really important to think when you're about to do something in life, and is what I'm going to do going to help me achieve what I want to achieve? Is it going to be beneficial to me, or is it actually just a distraction? And I just didn't ever ask myself that, which is the biggest issue. Like, it didn't ever cross my mind to really question what I was putting in my mouth or what I was consuming, or to really even question sort of my behaviors itself, because I just thought they were my behaviors. And understanding that I was just in the rhythm and addicted to the type of lifestyle that I had. But remember guys, there's always hope, because fundamentally we can change and we can choose what actions we do. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to make sure that everything I do from now on will be me making sure that I think about what I'm going to do in my day to day. Is it going to help me go towards what I'm trying to achieve? Right now, my goal would be actually to try to find a way to help people, in a sense, which was something I didn't even care about before, up until a year ago, if I'm totally honest. And since I've gotten that goal, it's been a lot easier. I can be more clear-minded, and I can think every day, is it going to help me achieve what I want to achieve? And if the answer is no, I'm just not going to do it. Like, with food, for example, if I find that there's food that if I eat too much of, I'm going to get fat, because it's really easy to eat a lot of it, and I have a bad habit of it. I'm just going to try a little bit and make sure I stay away. I'm going to make sure I'm disciplined enough that I won't carry on. And that's fundamentally what everybody has to learn, is they need to be disciplined and aware of what they're doing to make sure that they can achieve what they want to achieve. It's simple, but it's the truth. It's weird. Addiction's so weird that you can even be addicted to the idea of yourself, right? So for example, when you're having debates, there's no benefit in any of that. The only reason you do it is because you're addicted to feeling like you're better than the other person at arguments. And what's the purpose in that? What do you have to gain by talking to someone and sort of just, saying, oh, I'm better at talking, or I've got a better argument in politics, I've got, it's all pointless. Like, did that mean suddenly now that you're more able to have better raised children in the future, or sustain for your family better, or have more adventures in your life where you see more countries? It's like, all you've achieved in that one moment was boost your ego. And the saddest thing is that all the people who do this, the things that they're doing don't really leave them any happier. So they do the action, and in the moment they feel a little bit of joy, right, for that quick second, but it's quickly followed by disappointment, regret, sort of emptiness, right? You play video games, and for me, in my case, it was like, yeah, I was pretty good at CSGO. I mean, you can check on my YouTube channel with some of the other clips. I was getting good at some video games. But the thing is that it was something that no one else cared about, including myself in the future. Like now, I would look at it and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm good at video games. And what, So I think it's important to sort of detract yourself from the hedonistic behavior and just be like, well, what really would make me happy? And is this really going to make me happy? And also, like, there's a really good practice that kind of helped me sort of detach myself from a lot of the things that I was sort of in the habit of or addicted to. Was I imagine I became a father tomorrow. Would I be happy with what I was currently doing? Like, would I be able to quickly transition into being a father? Would I feel prepared? You know, and in a sense as well, you could take that a bit further. Let's say instead of a father, and maybe someone who doesn't have that ambition, let's say, you know, you had the opportunity to do what you want to do in your life, and instead of spending your time being prepared for that moment to make sure you could use it fully and really actuate your dream, you spent all that time playing video games, and because of that, you were completely unprepared and you couldn't even actually use the opportunity, right? Like, let's say £1 million landed on your lap right now, and you have this vision of how to, like, for example, feed an African village, but you don't know the logistics of that at all. You don't know where you would buy it. You don't know how you would really transition there. Like, are there taxes involved? Like, how would you even go about doing it? You have no clue, because instead of really looking at your dream and how to achieve it, you've been so focused on just sort of the nonsense, you know? Like, in reality, this is just commoditized attention. You know, it's just companies trying to take your attention for advertising, and we just lay right into it and we do it. So yeah, that was my little take on addiction and how I think that we need to break a lot of habits as a society. And I mean, I'm still in the process. I'm going to get better at it. I think YouTube's one of them. I actually want to develop the habit of starting to upload regularly to here. And yeah, at the end of my videos from now on, I'm going to leave us all with a quote, just because a lot of the time when I'm talking to my friends and stuff, they actually really seem to like these. So this is one of my favorite quotes by Jim Rohn. It's, we can get more than we have because we can become more than we are. So I'll see you guys later.